As we welcome you inside the Viterbo University Athletic Complex here in La Crosse, Wisconsin for this NAIA soccer match, men's soccer match between the visiting Dakota Wesleyan Tigers and the Viterbo V-Hawks here on the V-Hawk Sports Network. Glad you could join us here on this Saturday afternoon. I'm Cooper Lipsky as Viterbo entering this one with two draws under their belt so far this season, a pair of ties as they make their home debut this season here at the Outdoor Athletic Complex. And opposite of them, the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers, 0-2, a pair of losses, both 2-1 in those losses. One's at the hands of Mount Mercy on the road back on August 24th, and on August 26th, 2 days later against St. Ambrose, a 2-1 loss there. As for the home side, the Viterbo V-Hawks entering here tonight with two draws under their belt, a high-scoring affair back on August 24th against UW Stout. They made the trip up to Menominee, and a 3-3 draw there as goal scorers Joaquin Eichhorn as well as Jokubas Jankowskis, and then later on in that one, Andriy Ketsuk, all getting on the score sheet in that matchup. In that matchup against Mount Mercy on August 27th, a 1-1 draw where Jankowskis once again finding himself on the score sheet in the 5th minute with a goal in that one. Take a look at the starting lineups here this afternoon for the visiting side. For the Tigers, in net will be Zach Steffens, and then the back line, the defensive three of Colin Burke, Neil Ennis, David Lennon. Then the midfield secured by Lucas Adam Huber, A.J. Bowman, Ryan Ford, and Luis Weschel. Then up front will be Vincent Wagner, Michael Kelly, and Lewis Cunningham. And for Viterbo, their lineup will look as such. Peter Colenio in net with Ethan Stewart, Ted Holstein, Arnaud Perot-Wiet, and Mateo Torres, the back line. In the midfield, Andriy Ketsuk, Marcelo Puertas, and Aiden Greer. And then up front, Jokubas Jankowskis, Alvaro Paquette Oliveira, and then Joaquin Eichhorn. As it'll be Dakota Wesleyan going left to right on your screen for Viterbo in the whites. They'll be moving right to left, and we are underway here from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex. Glad you could join us here this afternoon. There's a lot of football going on. The college football season has begun in full swing. As I play it back to Colenio. But it should be a fun afternoon. I'm really excited to do this. For Viterbo fans, I was here for volleyball, men's volleyball, and basketball and baseball. But, they said, can you do soccer? And I said, I'd love to do soccer. It's the beautiful game, the world's game. And, yeah, it should be a lot of fun as the season goes on. And don't worry, I'll get better. I'll get a better understanding of it. There's only so much you can do when you're watching on TV, and you're taking the notes out of how those broadcasters do it. As Colenio holds it. Setting up the offense here for Viterbo. Ted Holstein now plays it long as it's going to be headed away by Vincent Wagner. Throwing from the side, it'll be from Mateo Torres. Able to play it in, but poked out of bounds, and it'll stay Viterbo ball. A.J. Bowman in defense there. They'll play it deep back to Holstein. Playing it to the far side of the pitch now. Viterbo with a little bit of a build-up here. For sliding in to kick it away was Adam Huber. Dakota Wesleyan in control now. Playing it all the way back to Zach Steffens. But just a bit of hard luck for this Dakota Wesleyan squad so far this season. As we mentioned, a pair of losses, both with a score of 2-1. He's playing it outside the far side of the 18-yard box. Cutting in on his right foot, now back to his left. Trying to set it up for Joaquin Eichhorn. the back net or the back post, but wasn't able to connect on it. Just a bit too tall for him. And there is one common foe that these two squads have faced, that being Mount Mercy. So we've got a foul. As Weshrell plays it back. Of course, as we mentioned, Dakota Wesleyan with a 2-1 loss to Mount Mercy. And Viterbo able to get a 1-1 draw. Early strike from Jakubis Jankowskis. Now here comes the Tigers up the pitch. And it'll be offsides. Called on the far side by Parker Lemire. Near side, the official being Anna Turi. And the head official in this one, Andrew Dosh. So about 5 minutes into this contest, 0-0 the score between Viterbo and Dakota Wesleyan. Viterbo out of the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference. Dakota Wesleyan from the GPAC, the Great Plains Athletic Conference. As Viterbo pinning Dakota Wesleyan back in their own half. Coming forward for it, putting a lot of pressure on the goalkeeper. As now scooping it up here. Puertas tried to skip one in, and it's going to drill the defender as he remains down for the time being. So we've got a man down. Not having number to it quite yet. Will be the first corner of the afternoon for Viterbo. That's taking over the Alvaro Paqueta Oliveira. As a player is now up, it'll be Colin Burke. I believe, actually, it was Vincent Wagner. You know, we got to make sure we get that right. As the in-swinger headed down and in. In the blink of an eye, Viterbo goes up 1-0. Here in the 6th minute of the match. A dynamite header by Arnaud Perrault-Ouillet, assisted by Alvaro Paqueta Oliveira. And just like that, Viterbo up 1-0 here to begin this match. See how Dakota Wesleyan responds. First we have a stoppage in play. We'll have to re-kick it off here to begin play. A very strong start. As now Dakota Wesleyan in the attack, but a great defensive stop there on the back line. He's now trying to push it forward. Eichhorn has it stripped away from him. Colin Burke plays it back. Able to skip it back to Ryan Ford, who shifts it back further to Stevens. But a wonderful cross from the corner. Able to find the head of Perrault-Ouillet, or my apologies, Perrault-Ouillet, to get Ouillet's first goal of the season. Played out on the near side. Appeared in 5 matches last season, starting in 3 for the V-Hawks, Perrault-Ouillet. Finally has himself on the score sheet, his first goal at the collegiate level. Coming in the 6th minute of the match. It's a great tackle there by Ketsuk. Playing it deep in the Dakota Wesleyan half as Stevens has to punt it away. Doesn't get very far. Comes a rest on the midfield. Now here comes Lewis Cunningham. Pushing it up the pitch on the far side. Numbers not in his favor. Alexa played forward on the far side. They want offsides. Viterbo, they're not going to get it. Now cutting in. Near the 6-yard box as it's poked out. Still batted up in the air. The header is on, and a great save regardless. It'll be offside. But Peter Colenio, a great stretch. Peter Colenio, senior from Nairobi, Kenya. Appeared in 2 matches his last season here, making 9 saves in 2 games, and he appears to be the number 1 guy in net for Viterbo going forward. As playing it deep. Viterbo. Jankowskis tries to find a body in the middle to no avail. He's playing it over to Colin Burke. Plays it back to Stevens. To the near side in Burke once again. But for Colenio, you want to talk about the goalkeeper a little bit. Attended Cardinal Stritch University from 2021 to 2022. Only made 1 appearance. I came to find out that that university went under, so it does not exist anymore. A lot of players came from there, according to the guy here. We'll just give you the microphone, actually.
We have Colenio. We also have, in the middle, I think it was believed, Ted Holstein. And then a midfielder that we don't have right now is Johan Hamstring. He's currently out right now, but most of them came from that school that shut down.
Can you tell him your name?
My name's Noe. I'm part of the men's soccer team on the reserve squad. Hopefully I get up there.
Hey, I'm rooting for you. You're my guy now. 1-0. I tell you, I'll bring another microphone up here, and then we can. You can do both. You can do both. As offside's called on the near side, nobody's seen it yet. Now it has been noticed. I'm about to say, because when you came up here, I said, I'm still trying to get down the nuances of soccer broadcasting. And I assume you know the X's and O's better than I do, no way? No doubt. I say a little bit, but I mean it facetiously, so I meant a lot of it. But he just played in the reserve game prior to this. And, boy, that was an entertaining affair. 2-1 win for Viterbo over. As it is headed forward by Torres. To the near wing it goes to Eichhorn. Eichhorn looking for somebody. Cuts it on his right. Lost it into the box. Headed out, but able to play it down. Just outside is Viterbo. Dakota Wesleyan able to capture control now. Zach Stevens, goaltender. Stevens, this one's played out to the far side now to play. A junior from Idaho Falls, as he did not start in net in the last contest for Dakota Wesleyan against St. Ambrose in that 2-1 loss. But he did start in net against Mount Mercy the very first game of the season. So about 11 minutes into this contest here, Viterbo up 1-0. A 6-minute goal off the head of Arnaud Perrault-Ouillet, the Frenchman.
One out of the two Frenchmen that we have.
Who's the other Frenchman?
He plays in the reserves. His name is Yanis. Last name's a bit tricky to pronounce.
Hey, no problem, no problem. See, I suppose you guys, you refer to each other as first names and nicknames and whatnot. So that's kind of the fun thing, because you look down the roster lineup. I mean, you got guys from Lithuania, Ukraine. I mean, we've Sweden.
14 countries in this whole men's soccer team.
14 countries. That's incredible. All here to play one game. Is now streaking forward here is Lewis Cunningham, and a great defensive save by the back line. Now Viterbo able to clear it back, but staying strong with it is A.J. Bowman in the midfield. Now Viterbo in possession, playing it forward. As trying to save it was Stevens, as looks like this one's going to stay in play for the time being. Eichhorn outside the box, centers it off the right foot, deflected by Vincent Wagner on the back line. So now Dakota Wesleyan trying to break forward. Great run over top by Michael Kelly, as this one punted away by Colenio, reaching the softball field. They throw in from the far side for the Tigers, trying to draw even here in the 13th minute. Viterbo winning possession back. That one scoots out of bounds. It's a throw in. It's going to find its way past a couple of heads before it reaches back for Neil Ennis. Once again, another throw in here for Viterbo. To do the honors, Aiden Greer. Ted Holstein. That's another ball forward on the run here. Chasing after it is Jankowskis. Just outside the 18-yard box. Floats it in. The header again attempt by Eichhorn just over the top of his head. And a heavy push by Ketsuk to, my apologies, Eichhorn to try to keep that in play, but pushing down Vincent Wagner. Quick back on the replay. Or the restart, my apologies. The same thing, yeah. Restart in play. It's just short for that, right? That's how I dig myself out of that hole. Now on the back line with it, Neil Ennis. Back to Stevens. Back to Ennis. Going forward with it. Pushes it through to David Lennon. Now breaking forward with it is Adam Huber, as it's taken away by Viterbo. This is not the first time these two teams have met in both universities' club history. That one played forward and clear away by Ryan Ford. Waiting for it to go out of bounds. Eichhorn likes to keep it in, dancing on that near touchline. Eichhorn tries to center it, nobody there. Cleared out by Dakota Wesleyan. Adam Huber gives it on to Weschel. But an all-time 3-2 record for Viterbo. They hold the all-time record. No draws between the two sides. Last matchup back in 2022, a 5-0 win for Viterbo in that matchup. That one headed down. Mateo Torres tries to skip it forward, succeeds in such, finding Andriy Ketsuk. Tries to rush in deep, but has it played back by Neil Ennis. And think about Andriy Ketsuk, all the way from Ukraine. Uzhhorod, Ukraine, does have one goal this season. Last year, started all 16 matches he appeared in and recorded 8 shots, 4 on goal. His first experience to the United States was back in 2023 with a soccer visit from his club side in FC Minaj. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but you know, we try, you know, all the way from the Ukraine, playing for the under-19 squad. Now Dakota Wesleyan here, as Weschel will throw it in. Not quite, he'll play it back actually, to let Wagner throw it in. Try to get big arm from the defender, see if he can play it in, but thrown down immediately And as it taken away by Torres on the near side. As Eichhorn once again in possession. Trying to play it forward deep there was Ketsuk. Nobody to run after it. Just a little breather here. Turbo up 1-0 here at the Outdoor Soccer Complex in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Beautiful view. See the bluffs. Those are Minnesota's bluffs way beyond the horizon there. Making up the horizon, I should say. As now Viterbo trying to play it forward. Taken down was Jankowskis. He remains down. Result in a stoppage of play for Viterbo. Will retain possession. Maybe had his cleats untied. And Jakubas Jankowskis has been an early star for this Viterbo squad. 2 goals netted so far this season. On top of that, coming from Lithuania, actually played for the under-19 national team in Lithuania. Scoring 1 goal in the Euro qualifier, the Euro under-19 qualifiers against Belgium way back in November. And now gets it out here for Viterbo, and has been a bright spot early on this year. Dakota Wesleyan in control now. Playing a lot of this ball back in their own half so far. Still a lot of game left. Only 19 minutes into this contest. Turbo able to get on the board in the 6th minute of this one. Think about, and we've been talking about all the talent coming from overseas, South America, South America and Europe. Dakota Wesleyan has quite a few cats from Ireland. A.J. Bowman, Colin Burke, Neil Ennis. Kind of making up that back line there. David Lennon, to name a few. Stevens will receive this one. Loose ball is picked up here. Pushing forward is Jankowskis. It's easy for him. And it's 2-0 Viterbo. Say that again.
All he knows is to run and score goals. That's his job.
Jankowskis. Can we patent a nickname for him? Can we call him the Lithuanian lightning bolt or something? I'm sure. I don't know. 3rd goal of the 2025 campaign for Jankowskis. And it puts Viterbo up 2-0. It's a misread there by the goaltender Stevens, and it results in a Viterbo goal. How about that? Right from the jump here, Viterbo have really dominated this one offensively. As we mentioned, we've been playing a lot of this half on the Dakota Wesleyan side of the pitch. And they're looking for something to get back into this contest. As that ball played all the way back and out. Last touch by a DWD player. As it'll be Torres to throw it in for Viterbo. Tries to get it in forward to Eichhorn. Quickly come the Tigers now. Plays it in deep as Colenio is finally getting some action in this one. Has had to make one save, and there he'll just collect that one. By Jakubas Jankowskis, the 19th minute. Able to give Viterbo their 2nd goal of the match. As here comes Eichhorn. On his right foot, he goes down in the box, and they're going to point to a penalty. Foul on Vincent Wagner. Got beat over top on the run, going neck and neck with Eichhorn. I think that right foot trying to get in to poke it away. Got a bit too much of him, tripped him up. Be the first penalty taken for Viterbo this season. they'll go to the second team all CCAC last season to try to put it in the back of the net. Joaquin Eichhorn staring down Stevens on the right foot. Puts it in the back of the net. A wonderful start for Viterbo here on this Saturday afternoon. It's 3-0 V-Hawks as a Vincent Wagner penalty draws the right foot of Joaquin Eichhorn. Stevens went the right way, but too much power and too much pace on it. Able to put it past the goalie, the goaltender. Goalie, that sounds too childish. You know, it's like a hockey term, you know, goalie, but goaltender. I mean, that sounds more professional, I think. You say keeper as well, the netminder, right? Is that one? See, I'm gonna have like a sheet of paper up here just to write down terminology in soccer or football. You know, I catch myself saying football. Is able to keep it in play as dragged down on the far side. Asking for something, Ryan Ford collects it. Now they'll try to play it forward. No attacking presence except for the runner of Adam Huber as Kalenia tries to play to the far side, but it's out of bounds. Here in the 22nd minute of the first half, Sutton beating down here in Viterbo, or at the Outdoor Athletic Complex. Trying to play it forward a little, not on the same page as the intended runner in Adam Huber. And Kalenio collects it. 3-0 V-Hawks over Dakota Wesleyan here in their home opener of the 2025 season. Of course, still a little ways out from the first conference matchup. Still got to wait a little bit for that. For Viterbo, they got two matchups coming up against upper division opponents with Carleton College on September 7th here, and on September 11th against Upper Iowa Division II. A team that just right now looking very good as Torres plays it forward to Eichhorn inside the 18-yard box. Playing it down, putting a shot on net and just wide was Yankowski as he was looking for the brace. Did I use that right? Okay. My man No Way up here. Terminology extraordinaire. See, now you can put this on your LinkedIn, on your resume. You say I was a commentator at a football match for Viterbo. The corner comes in by Paquette Oliveira, but about to say, you heard the punt, and then the official, Andrew Dosh, put the kibosh on it. 3-0 Viterbo here. Got about 22 minutes left to play here in the first half. Currently minute 24 as Stevens plays it to the far side of the pitch. Viterbo keeping up the pressure. That one tipped out of bounds. Right off the left foot. It looks like we will see some substitutes here. As he would be correct, Sebastian Acosta. Make sure we get these names and numbers right. That's what I've learned here at the lower division level in college soccer is that, you know, in the pro level, you know, what do you get, about 5 subs a match? And here it's more free-flowing.
Here's more, you can only get subbed in per half, so you can't go back in and out on the first half or second half.
Interesting. At least NAIA rules, No Way says. But Viterbo in the driver's seat, 3-0 here, or 3-0. 3-0. We get that one down. So you listen to the matches. I follow the Premier League. I don't necessarily follow the MLS too close, as they look like a good tackle for the time being, but eventually brought down to the turf, or brought down to the grass, I should say. As the man going down was Lewis Cunningham, a junior out of Stonehouse, Scotland. So it'll be a free kick here taken by Dakota Wesleyan. Man to do it will be Luis Weschel. Weschel out of Singen, Germany. Off his left foot, trying to play it into the box. It's headed out. As Viterbo looking to break here. Flinging it over the top. On the run here was Jankauskas. As Stevens out of the net, and a shot on goal by Eichhorn drifts wide of the net. Had the opportunity, but perhaps rushed it a little bit. He got too excited, says Noe. And that's the thing about Stevens so far in net. He tends to come out quite a bit outside of the box, and that's putting him in some tricky situations, yes. As here we'll get to see Kalenia get to use his feet a little bit. As he plays it forward to Puertas. As here comes Eichhorn. Plays it to Ketsuk. Back flips it to Eichhorn into the box. Nobody there. Jankauskas goes to retrieve it. Cuts it on his left. Nice move into the box. Headed down by Eichhorn, but doesn't get a good enough touch on it. And Stevens collects. I mean, just there from Jankauskas. I mean, he's a fun guy to watch over on the far side. As now rushing forward is Puertas. Puertas trying to get it to Jankauskas on the far side as it's headed back by Acosta. Acosta still trying to stick with it for Viterbo, as now Dakota Wesleyan pushing forward. Cunningham still going forward. Now he's cut off by Ethan Stewart, and a tackle there will draw the ire of the officials. .28 minutes gone by here. Viterbo up 3-0 over Dakota Wesleyan. As Eichhorn trying to get in possession, as thrown down by the collar of his shirt was Mateo Torres. Culprit being Vincent Wagner. Winger out of Hamburg, Germany. I did see that in the Bundesliga, the Hamburg derby between St. Pauli and Hamburg SV. I know a little bit, staying up with the times. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm a West Ham fan, so we're going through right now. Yeah. As Viterbo playing it on the Dakota Wesleyan side. That one hit out of bounds by Ethan Stewart. One of the first Premier League games I remember watching was West Ham versus Huddersfield Town. And Chicharito had a brace. He scored 2 goals in extra time and, past the 90th minute. And that's when I'm like, okay, yeah, this is actually awesome,
I loved him when he was in Manchester United.
Yeah.
The Mexican.
Colin Burke in possession. Goes over to Tristan Hendricks. Checked in. Or subbed in. Now punching it forward again for Viterbo, playing it back. Here's Colin Burke trying to skip it forward. Tell you, dynamite stuff from the midfield right now for Viterbo. I will say that with Ketsuk, Greer, Puertas in the middle. We've had to call Mateo Torres' name quite a bit here on the near side, making up one of the back four with Perot-Ouellet, Holstein, and Stewart. They've done a fine job. An impenetrable wall there in the back line. 16 minutes left to play here in the first half. Viterbo up 3-0. So played over top. Kalenia, a little dicey ball. He's able to reach. He's waited for it to come into the box. Right when I believe it was Lewis Cunningham was on the run. Picked it up right before he got to it. As Kalenia. To the near side to Holstein. Very calm and collected, the Viterbo squad looks, according to Noe. He has a better feel for it than I do. I take a look at it, I say, oh, that guy's nice. Here's Icorn. He plays it back to Holstein. Cutting through a couple of attacking Tigers is now trying to play it forward was Ketsuk, but it's intercepted. As it's mishandled. Ketsuk almost there, got to it. As they play it back to Icorn. Now back to Holstein. 15 minutes left to play here in the first half. All Viterbo so far in this one. Sebastian Acosta plays it back. Kalenia out of the box. Slings it to Holstein. As one touch too many, it goes out of bounds. But Icorn, right, we talked about him, able to score the penalty in this one. Won the penalty, and then scored the goal from Lima, Peru. As first attacking presence here for the Tigers into the box, but cleared away. Back out for Ethan Stewart. As it's chested down by Maximilian Knoll for the Tigers. Andre Ketsuk back in the corner, fighting with Knoll. As the Tigers has it stripped, going forward with it on the run, trying to get it to Icorn on the run. Bit too much touch on it on the far side. I believe that was Jankowskis, tried to feed him forward. As that one able to skip through. Michael Kelly now has it stolen by Holstein. Plays it back to Kalenia, who's able to clear it. Ethan, my apologies, I believe that was Jankowskis. So Turbo looking to attack here. Acosta now plays it forward. Icorn, one-on-one. Still goes into the box, goes down again, and they're going to award another penalty to him. Joaquin Icorn causing all kinds of problems. This time he gets Tristan Hendricks, the senior out of Belforche, South Dakota, to get a bit of his leg to bring him down. See if he can get himself his second goal of the afternoon. See if Stevens, he gets the right way last time, but Icorn able to put it by him. See if he goes the same way again. And he does. Make it 4-0 in favor of Viterbo. Icorn picks up his second goal of the afternoon. As subbing on in for Viterbo now will be Pablo Orrego Zapata. And I believe Ronmel Alfaro. So 4-0 in favor of Viterbo. 13 minutes left to play here in the first half. As that goal coming in the 33rd minute for Viterbo. Or the 32nd minute, my apologies. According to the official stat keepers. But a stellar performance so far. We only got one half. We're not even through one half yet for Viterbo. So here on the near side with it is Hendricks. He was the one who gave the penalty away to Eichhorn in the box. It's A.J. Bowman tries to flip to the far side. It's headed away by a Viterbo defender. Is now pushing forward. Almost a great stop there by A.J. Bowman. Holstein plays it to the near side of Torres. He's able to collect it after a bit too strong of a touch. It's Colenio. Played to the near side, racing for it was Vincent Wagner. Has no run on it. He's going to cause some problems with Colenio, but he'll scoop it up. Pass it off to the far side. Turbo tried to play it forward, but it falls to Maximilian Knoll. Knoll back to Bowman. Here's Knoll. Try to do something with it, ends up turning it over. Trying to play it forward on the run. Sticking with it, though, is Orrego Zapata. It's a good takeaway by Hendricks for the Tigers. It's Colin Burke. Back to Stevens. 10 minutes left to play. 10 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock here in the first half of this one. Turbo, 4 goals on the board so far in this one. 1 goal in the 5th minute by Arnaud Perrault-Ouillet on a header off of a corner. And the 19th by Jakubas Jankowskis, and then a pair of penalty shot goals for Joaquin Eichhorn as Colenio collects it deep in his own box. Holstein elects to hold it. Now over to Colenio. Cunningham jogging out in front. A little bit of pressure as puts enough pressure on a bad pass into the dugout over there. Dakota Wesleyan trying to get on the board here late in the first half. As Hendricks pushing forward now. Didn't have enough touch on it, and Torres is going to punt this one high in the air. And it'll come down out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Colin Burke. Gives it back to Stevens. Burke has put on a lot of pressure as Orrego Zapata able to collect it, take it away. Now to steal it right back. David Lennon. and that's the thing I kind of admire about soccer. Once you start watching a bit more, really I guess you could say, American belief is that it is a boring game, right? And some would say that, but I mean, I think it's as much as like a guy watching basketball. Is you kind of watch some of the off-ball stuff, and that's where you kind of figure out, overlapping runs and whatnot, little things like that. The build-up. But
Basketball, baseball, they're very fun to watch, though. Just soccer takes more patience.
oh yeah, see, we're definitely gonna get you a mic now. Just so whenever you want to chime in with something, it'll be perfect for you. It gives you something to do because then you're just up here and you're just moving the whatchamacallit and you're pressing two buttons on the computer. Is now pushing forward is Orego Zapata as he'll put this one on his right foot and miss wide of the net. Yes, you'd be correct. That was Alvaro Paquet Oliveira. My apologies. As it'll be Tanner Hall and Diego Idrobo. And Jaden Wiffle, junior from Northfield, Minnesota. As the corner comes in, headed to the back side of the left side of the 18-yard box. A shot on net off the crossbar. It comes down to Acosta. Acosta now makes a run on the goal line. It's off the fingertips of Stevens. He's able to collect it. As what a strike in the Viterbo attack. It could have been number 5. But missed it by just mere millimeters. Pablo Orego Zapata hit the crossbar on that one. Happened so fast. Kalenia plays it deep. Tanner Hall getting his first touches in this one. It's played out, and Viterbo will have a throw-in. So here's Kalenia. Trying to find Holstein, and does. Moving that way. To get 3 Tigers in the vicinity. Trying to put some pressure on Viterbo. They're able to play back, but yet they don't want to. Here's Jaden Weffel. That one punched out of bounds. There'll be a quick throw in here for Weschel. Not quite. He's going to give it up to Tristan Hendricks. Now gets it into Weschel. Five minutes left to play here in the first half, 40th minute. Maximilian Knoll trying to play it forward. To the far side it goes. An in-swinger across, a header down. Able to connect is Wagner, but not at the direction of the net. Viterbo able to get it away. First real attacking threat in this one, as going down is Orego Zapata. If I imagine a hand going high there with Tristan Hendricks battling with him. Hendricks able to play it back. As Weschel. As we're going to have a little foul called. Jane Wuffel with a little shove in the back right before the man who was defending, Michael Kelly, was able to get a hand on it. On the 39th minute, last real big threat for Viterbo as Pablo Orego Zapata was able to get one on goal off the crossbar. This one played in, ball loose. Kalenia goes down in the box. Trying to scoop it up is Wagner. A great save on the line. As it was Holstein laying his body on the line, literally. And that'll be a corner for Dakota Wesleyan to do it. Weschel be his first of the afternoon, the team's first. With the left foot, comes in, punched away by Caleno. Unable to collect it is Bowman. And waiting for some reinforcements here is Alfaro. Does he have it? Not quite. Fighting for it on the middle circle. Now push it forward, Alfaro. Able to cut past the defender. Alfaro, Ronmel Alfaro, into the box. Looking for somebody. Plays it back. Here's Acosta. To the middle it goes with a flick on by Orego Zapata. And just wide left of the net. Love that run there by Ronmel Alfaro. Alfaro did not record any stats in 2024, but he played a season with the Community College of Baltimore County Cantonville in 2021, where he scored 3 goals. So he's trying to get back on the score sheet here. Good 4 years since. Playing for Viterbo. 2 minutes left here in the first half as Stevens trying to flick it forward to Vincent Wagner. And Wagner unable to keep it in play, so Viterbo in control now. Throw in from Wafel. Plays it back to Holstein. And a great block on the line to prevent Dakota Wesleyan from getting on the board here in this one. Trying to push forward is Ketsuk, has it taken away. Here comes the Tigers, pushing forward. Here's Knoll. And just dragging it left of the net, Caleno in coverage. Coming out of the 6-yard box, 8-yard box, 6-yard. All right, making sure. As he'll hold it here, a minute left here in the first half. Sun beating down the wind. If you're sitting alongside us here on the YouTube stream, it's at our backs going towards the sun right now. That's Caleno. Plays it. Couple of attacking chances here late in the first half for Dakota Wesleyan. This one will fall out of bounds. Be a quick throw-in. Trying to add some pressure here. 30 seconds left. A.J. Bowman to Corbinian Ryder. I believe he finds himself on the pitch now, the Bavarian. As maybe one last attempt at goal here with 10 seconds left. I imagine not. We say may, but Caleno. 5 seconds. He'll loft this one in the air. It'll be a duel in the air, and that'll do it for the first half here from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex. 4 goals here in the first half for Viterbo. First one coming 4 minutes in, or 5 minutes in, by Arnold Perot-Ouillet, scoring his first goal of the season on a header, assisted by Alvaro Paquet Oliveira. Then in the 19th minute, Jokubis Jankowskis able to put one in the back of the net. A minute later, Joaquin Eichhorn with his first penalty kick goal. And then in the 32nd minute, one more for Eichhorn. He went down to the box, able to draw the penalty, and he went back to the right foot in the right bottom corner for his second goal of the afternoon. So we've made it to halftime. We'll step away, and we'll be back for the second half here from the Viterbo Athletic Complex. It's Viterbo 4, Dakota Wesleyan 0. So we welcome you back here at the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex here in La Crosse, Wisconsin. Viterbo up 4-0 over Dakota Wesleyan. Let's flip the field, so now Viterbo is going to move from right to left on this whatever you're watching on, and for Dakota Wesleyan, left to right. Take a look at some numbers in the first half. Viterbo out shooting Dakota Wesleyan 10-3. Shots on goal 5-1. Dakota Wesleyan had one save. Viterbo did not have any saves, although there was that goal line clearance from Ted Holstein. Was able to clear it off the line. Corners, Viterbo with 2 corners. Dakota Wesleyan with 1. 2 offsides for the Tigers, 1 offside for Viterbo. 5 fouls committed by Viterbo and 4 committed by Dakota Wesleyan. Now take a look at the goals in that one. Right away in the 5th minute of action, Arnaud Perot-Wiet, a header off of a corner, assisted by Alvaro Pacat Oliveira. Then in the 19th minute, it was Jokubas Jankauskis, did it all by himself. Score the second goal, a little misplay by the goaltender, being Zach Stevens. And then a minute later, it was Joaquin Eichhorn who was able to draw a penalty, and he would convert. The put in the back of the net going to Stevens' left in net, and then in the 32nd, he would strike again, this time going back to that same right bottom corner, to make it 4-0 Viterbo, as we are back underway here for the second half from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex. So we're trying to leave here today with what would be their first win of the 2025 campaign. Viterbo last season going 6-4 overall, 5-1-4 in conference, only 1 loss in the conference season for them. Of course, once they made it to the tournament, falling at the hands of Olivet Nazarene here in the quarterfinal round of the CCAC conference tournament. A team that they had beat 4 days prior, 2-1, then falling 1-0. So pretty good squad that's looking to take the next step. Second year in a row in the CCAC tournament that they have fallen to the Tigers of Olivet Nazarene. I'm going to build upon the success. Of course, Roberto Yepes, the manager of the squad in his 3rd season for Viterbo. But finished 4th in the CCAC, not a bad season whatsoever. This ball is belted over the goal, and Kalenia will have his first goal kick here in the second half. Dakota Wesleyan coming out with a little fire, sets the precedent. Team scores 4 goals in 1 half. Say to yourself, well, that means that it's possible that we can do the same. Of course, it's been tough going for Dakota Wesleyan so far this season. Only 2 goals this year and a pair of losses. Colin Burke is responsible for one of them, and Michael Kelly responsible for the second goal of the season for the Tigers. Of course, last season for them, an 8-8-2 overall record, 4-6-0. No draws in conference play for the Tigers. Finished 8th as they would bow out in the quarterfinal round of the conference tournament as well to Morningside in a 2-0 loss. As Eichhorn is going to clip the front foot. Man on the back line. Take some time, make sure he's all right. It'll be Colin Burke. But he's up. He's okay. Stevens will kick this one away, I presume. Dakota Wesleyan down by 4 goals here in the second half. 5 minutes gone by here in the opening half, or here in the second half. As Torres able to kick this one away, clearing it. Onto the, appears to be the practice pitch over there on the far side, yeah? I'm up here with the video operator as well as a reserve squad player in Noe. He's helping us. He's helping me out. Sure, we say the right things at the right time, and then we say the right stuff, right? If I said this was a penalty kick, he would say, "No, it's not. It's a free kick." And I know I was just testing you. He knows his stuff. So taking this free kick for Dakota Wesleyan. On the right foot, low, trying to go towards the near post as it's punted away, and it'll turn into a corner now. It'll keep A.J. Bowman on duty as they play it in quickly. Here's Bowman. Bowman has it headed away by Torres. Now Viterbo pressing into the Dakota Wesleyan zone. Trying to play it forward over top, unable to get a foot on it with the run of Michael Kelly. And Kaleno collects. Next up for Dakota Wesleyan, their next 2 matches will be against Providence, Montana for their first home bout of the season. And then they're back on the road to York, Nebraska. Now Stevens able to clear this one. Playing it back is Vishal. He's made aware that I was saying the name wrong in the first half. That's what it's all about. We try to get the right numbers with the right names at the right time. Punted out of bounds as last touch by Michael Kelly. Out of Killeen, Texas, senior. Kelly played in 13 games last season, starting in 7, scored 1 goal. As he has 3 goals in all 3 of his seasons with Dakota Wesleyan. It's now Viterbo. Pressing in with Marcelo Puertas. Puertas into the corner. Battling with Hendricks of Dakota Wesleyan, and joining him will be Bowman as the out of bounds will be a goal kick for Stevens. The 53rd minute here in the second half. Got to play a full 90. That one headed down. Playing it forward. On the attack is Yankoskis. It will apply some pressure, and Dakota Wesleyan likes to clear it. Out of bounds will be a throw-in for Ethan Stewart. Stewart plays it forward. Yankoskis racing against A.J. Bowman. This one last touched by Bowman, and he'll set up for a Viterbo corner. Looks like it'll be a Sebastian Acosta to do the dirty work. Costa, senior from Barranquilla, Colombia. Started 6 games last season, recorded 2 goals. 1 from the corner. He plays it in, high in-swinger. Headed. Off target and out of bounds. Dakota Wesleyan playing it into empty space on the near side. Michael Kelly battling with Ethan Stewart. And it'll be last touched by Stewart as he punches it out of bounds. Throw in from Kelly. Here's Colton Douglas. Doesn't have the touch on it. Douglas was one of 4 players returning for this Dakota Wesleyan squad that led the team in goals last year with 3. Being Neil Enos, Lewis Cunningham, Douglas, and Vladislav Burkov. As here's A.J. Bowman in the box, just outside the box. Plays it back to Charlie Orsler. Far side it goes. A cross in, headed away. Remaining on the attack, Michael Kelly has this one punted out of bounds, and will be a throw in from the side, I believe. Michael Kelly gets it in, tries to get it right back to him, and unable to from Luis Vischel. Vischel out of Singen, Germany. Vischel scored 2 goals last year, also totaled an assist in 15 games for Dakota Wesleyan as they played all the way back to Colin Burke. Stevens punts it away. He's headed down at midfield. Pressing forward is Hendricks. Trying to get to the far side with some open space. Racing after David Lennon. Lennon trying to get past Torres, and a great defensive play by Torres to punch it out of the boundary line. They have a name for it along behind the goal, that official out-of-bounds line? Out-of-bounds? Okay. I don't know if there was like a, like in basketball, it's like the baseline and then you get the sidelines, if like. See, I'm learning. That's the thing. By the end of the year, we're going to be the best broadcast crew in the CCAC. Yeah. Peter Drury, I'm coming for you, big dog. No, I'm kidding. Martin Tyler, yeah. That's the idea. That's what you. Yeah. Say, I got football fever. World Cup's back in the States next year. That should be a lot of fun. Bigger than it's ever been, as we have ourselves a foul. There'll be a free kick coming up for Dakota Wesleyan. A little pushing and shoving here as Maximilian Knoll is trying to collect the ball, and Viterbo playing tough around him. Do a little time wasting here. Of course, there is no additional time. The clock just stops. .33 minutes left here in the second half. Currently in the 58th minute of play. Taking this free kick from just outside the box here will be Colton Douglas. Douglas out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, to take it on his right foot. Trying to get it to the back corner of the net. And misses it tall over the goalkeeper Colenio and out of play. An opportunity for the Tigers, quashed as it be. Maximilian Knoll and Colton Douglas being the attacking forces for Dakota Wesleyan as Colenio Has that one turned over. Orsler dancing with it on the far side. Plays it back, and a great stop there by Andriy Ketsuk. Sophomore from country of Ukraine. Throw in for Viterbo on the far side. It's intercepted by Vincent Wagner. It's immediately hit out of bounds. And we'll have our first sub here in the second half, as racing onto the pitch now is going to be Aiden Greer. Made the start in this one. Got a little time off. Now finds himself back out on the pitch. 4-0 contest. Viterbo in control. Battling for it is Colton Douglas. A little dispute as Andrew Dosh, the head official, races in. Make sure nothing comes of it. As Kaleno tries to get to the far side to Torres, trying to work around his defender. Torres remains in possession of it. Here's Holstein. Torres flicks it forward, just over the head of Sebastian Acosta. That one played out of bounds. As a foul call, this one punted all the way back to Zach Stevens. The head coach for Dakota Wesleyan, and Nicholas Reinhardt in his 4th year as head coach. Trying to right the ship here at Dakota Wesleyan on the men's side. Neither squad have collected a conference title in their histories. As a free kick, played into the box, headed away. A man goes down, and Wesleyan pleads for a penalty. Falls on deaf ears. A strike comes in, and it's wide from David Lennon onto the grassy knoll behind the net. And out for a goal kick. Got a little more time to kill, you know. There's no ball boys or anything of that regard. Throw balls in and whatnot. Yeah. Kaleno plays it forward. Ball remains loose. There's a late shove there by a Tiger, and Viterbo in possession. The officials telling Ketsuk he has to hold up until everybody's set. Viterbo up 4-0 here. 28-51 left to play in the second half. See if they can add anything in the second half as man goes down on the touch from Diego Idrobo. My apologies, Sebastian Acosta. And run around there with the numbers, and they get kind of scrunched up. They tend to turn into different numbers. That's a broadcast, so that happens in every sport. So we're sitting so far up here because we're sitting right off to the, sitting right behind the camera here from your view. Trying to get the names right, trying to get the numbers. Credit where credit's due. It's another free kick given to Dakota Wesleyan. This time, Charlie Orsler trying to play it in deep. A little miscommunication here. Orsler from, and a yellow card has been shown. I believe it's against Andriy Katsuk. The official in Dosh raising the number 2 and the number 0 behind it. So be a yellow card given out. So Orser once again takes it. Sends it into the box. A good ball, and it's loose. Played out in front. Shot on net, but the whistle is blown. Colliding with Peter Colenio as he went up to go get that ball. We're hoping he's all right. Gets into a bit of a dicey situation, a scenario like that. Colenio, as you mentioned, the Kenyan goaltender for Viterbo. The number 1 guy for Yepes' squad. I've also seen, as we've got a V-Hawk down, sitting inside the 18-yard box. Suppose now appears to be a little bit of a timeout as Dakota Wesleyan has retreated back to their touchline. But 4-0. I want to remind you how we got here in this one. Two goals from Joaquin Eichhorn, a goal from Jakubis Jankauskis, and Arnaud Perrault-Ouillet to make it 4-0. All of those coming in the first 32 minutes of this match. Off on his own power and making his way back to the touchline is Ted Holstein. He's put in a good performance in the back line. We don't have CCAC FOTMOB, so we can't really take a look at the stats per se. You know what that is? Yeah. In like real time. I don't know. It's a really fun app. Here, I'll show you. Showing no way. Here's it's got every single match in the world. Yeah. Like a live match and whatnot. You can take a look at guys' ratings. Attributed to like a goaltender for Chelsea, Robert Sanchez with a 7.5, and like little things like that. We don't have that here. It would be fun. So the stoppage in play, Colenio ready to get it back underway. The 65th minute. Colenio gets us back going as that one headed away by A.J. Bowman, midfield. Trying for a touch on the far side of a dribble player. Likes to let it go as there'll be a throw-in. So if you're just getting into soccer, though, that's a really good app to use. Try to deduce, who had a good game and whatnot. As going down is Knoll, playing it forward. One last touch, perhaps, and the run coming on a little bit late there by Eichhorn. He's looking for the hat trick here in this one. As Stevens able to punt it away and Kleckson punts it away. Dribble trying to play it in deep. Having somebody chase after it here, that being Jankauskis. Plays it in deep, and Hendricks able to get there, and it'll be a goal kick. Last touch by Jankauskis. 24 minutes left to play here in the second half. Viterbo up 4-0. As pushing forward, here is Vischel. Plays it back, trying to find some help. Still battling for it on the far line. Able to get it off to Orsu, tries to play it forward. Plays it back, and a collision in midair as Wagner gets to it. The Viterbo man stays down, but Colenio able to collect it. Now, it being a warm day here, as Joaquin Eichhorn, the one going down to the far side. And he'll get substituted immediately for Pablo Orrego Zapata. Getting the later stages of this contest, wear and tear of the game. Of course, you get a couple days off there, and the next game isn't until September 7th. Here against Carleton College of the Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, D3. Colenio punts this one deep. It looks like a little collision in the air as a Tiger goes down. As now breaking forward with it is Knoll. Knoll looking for numbers. Tries to feed it forward, and we've got another foul here as Knoll goes down. Looks like it may be another free kick here for the Tigers. Pair of Dakota Wesleyan men standing over the ball as they put their numbers forward here, trying to get on the scoreboard here in this one. As Louis Vischel, the nearest man to us. All but two Tigers playing back. Jankoskis playing behind the ball for Viterbo. As Vischel will send it in deep and head it away by Marcelo Puertas. Be a corner for Dakota Wesleyan here. Trying quick to take it. Ball comes in. Punched away by Colenio. Played down into the middle. Booted away for the time being. Bowman holds on the far side. Trying to get it to Vischel. Vischel battling for it. It'll be a throw in for Viterbo on the far side. And now we got a shove. A man goes down. And it will be a yellow card to the man shoving the opponent down. I believe it goes against Colin Burke. Or my apologies, Louis Vischel. Throw it into the box. Trying to overhead kick it there was Orsler as Colenio comes and collects it. Trying to get it up the pitch quickly. Jankoskis now plays it forward on the break. Two on his right foot here. Plays it forward. Great find. Trying to get it through. And a great save by Steffens. As it was Pablo Orrego Zapata. Just couldn't get that flick on. Trying to get over Stevens. He probably would have had himself his first of the season. So you're moving forward. Douglas flips it to Bowman. Now in it goes to Knoll. Knoll trying to get past a couple defenders. Got some height. He goes down outside the box. They like to play on here. Orrego Zapata goes down, and now the whistle is blown. I guess from sitting up here in the sun, I think what we should hope for is a lot of cloudy days while we're here. 100%. Well, I'm covered up. I'm wearing my. Said to wear the suit and tie here for the first game. You know, it's a home opener. You dress for the occasion. Turbo just flicking it deep and out for Stevens here. Sub coming on in Luis Torres Enriquez for Viterbo. Enriquez from Jalisco, Mexico. Previously attended Southeastern Community College. As Jakubis Jankoskis comes off. And Emma Larson checks on for Ethan Stewart here in the second half. 20 minutes, 30 seconds left to play here. In the 71st minute. Dakota Wesleyan been knocking on the door here in the second half, but have unable to find the net. Some played all the way through. Colenio is now going to pick it up. As Colton Douglas there to keep him honest. Time not in their favor. 4 goals for a draw, 5 goals for a victory. It's got to come within the next 20 minutes. Dancing around with it is Holstein. Flicks it forward from Colenio. Doesn't get the touch on it. Here's Dakota Wesleyan now. Spinning it forward by Bowman. It's Torres Enriquez. In possession for a little bit before Acosta takes control of it. Now taken away. Here comes Vischel. Vischel outside the box on the left foot. Just drags it wide right of the net. Had Colenio going to his right, then had to dart back to his left. And just drug it just wide. Vischel and Knoll and Orsler here in the second half been providing much of the problem defensively for Viterbo. Same with A.J. Bowman. We've called his name quite a bit. Now the ball goes forward for Viterbo. Torres Enriquez in pursuit. Goaltender. And Stevens able to play it back. Now going forward once again. As Puertas goes down. The result in the stoppage of play. He'll take his time here. Try to make his way back up. 4-0 Viterbo. 18 minutes left to play here from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletics Complex. The home opener of the 2025 season for Viterbo. Whole host of games this season. Be on the call for women's soccer as well. You're on the V-Hawk Sports Network. This one headed back to Colenio. He's able to collect it. Right before Noel was able to get there. The German forward. Freshman at 6'2". He's an imposing figure up front for Dakota Wesleyan. Here on the right side with it is David Lennon. Tries to send it forward. It's deflected back. In pursuit here for Viterbo was Sebastian Acosta. As Greer now in control. Plays it back to Holstein. Holstein flips it forward to Puertas. Puertas looking for somebody. Dishes it off to the near side. Able to get it to Larson. Larson flicks it back. Now forward it goes again. Here's Acosta with some open space. Flicks it forward to Torres Enriquez. In the box, a shot is deflected into the parking lot. Almost inside the bus. They left the door open. I believe that's a bus driver hanging out underneath the bus reading the paper. Finding some shade. Got to respect it. Result in a corner here for Viterbo. Sebastian Acosta here to do the work. They've converted on one corner so far in this contest as Acosta swings it in. Reaches no head. It's poked away by Stevens. Played back down for Torres Enriquez. As now Acosta with a flick on. Holding it is Orego Zapata. To the far side now is Holstein. Holstein pressing forward. Tries to get it in between two defenders and doesn't find any hole there. But Acosta plays it back to the far side. Holstein kicks that defender, will win a throw-in. '76th minute here from the Viterbo Athletic Outdoor Complex. Viterbo in control, 4-0. Haven't had too many opportunities here in the second half for them. Dakota Wesleyan has had plenty of opportunities. That one played out of bounds, and Stevens will be rewarded with a goal kick. As he gets to Hendricks. Hendricks to the near side to Lennon. Lennon battling with Paquette Oliveira. Now to the near side and Larson. Emil Larson. One of quite a few players from Scandinavia. From Halmstad, Sweden. Right in there with Ted Holstein from Stockholm. Now flicking it forward, trailing after it here is Collenberg. He'll play back to Stevens. Stevens back to midfield. And a big collision that brought Colton Douglas down to his knees. He's back up. So it'll be a free kick at midfield on the center line. Everybody forward except the goaltender here for Dakota Wesleyan, trying to play this one in deep. 4 goals in 14 minutes. Not impossible, but the odds do not favor that happening. That one cleared away by Aiden Greer. Trying to flick it forward. Emma Larson able to clear it. Coming our way. Well, look out. No, I'm kidding. But I'll say I think that's as close as we've gotten to a ball here in this one. The reserve squad able to get a victory, 2-1 in game prior to this one. And I guess trying to make it a sweep of Dakota Wesleyan here this afternoon. As we are throwing on the near side for Ryan Ford here. Asking for some numbers. A couple more substitutes come onto the pitch. 14 minutes left to play here in the half. Viterbo up comfortably, 4-0. Ryan Ford is going to drop the ball. He'll give way to Lewis Cunningham. Perhaps try to get some power on this one. Try to get some length in there. Ford standing at 6'1", trying to get ahead on something. As it's just appeared that Tristan Hendricks has been given a red card in this one. That kind of went. We didn't even see that. There's really no indication. So they'll be playing with 10 men here. As shot wide of the net and out of bounds line. 'Bounds 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 line was very quiet. Usually you see like some sort of upheaval on the far side, and nobody really made a big kerfuffle about it. He knew he did the crime, says Noah. Takes it with grace. Play to the midfield now. Zapata pushing forward. Great ball forward. 1-on-1. Can he get there to it? No. Stevens able to clear it away. That's a big hit. Down goes Viterbo man. Being Aiden Greer. It was Sebastian Ortiz on that run. Tried to cause some havoc. It's a great ball forward. Stevens came out to meet him. So Lewis Cunningham is back on for David Lennon. Neil Enos on for Colin Burke. And a yellow card given to Lewis Cunningham in a couple minutes ago. Clear everything up that we missed. As a play on net here. Stevens able to clear it. And it'll be last touched by Torres Enriquez. So Dakota Wesleyan playing with 10 men here. After the red card given out to Hendricks in this one. As playing tough is Lewis Cunningham there. As Dakota Wesleyan. The empty space, scooping it up, is Emma Larson. Viterbo looking for one more to really put this one away. As this one cleared out to the near side and out of play. There'll be a throw in here for Orego Zapata, who elects to give it up to Emma Larson. Larson looks for his man to come get it. That it will to Enriquez. Now playing it forward, cutting in between defenders. Able to clear it out. As Puertas collects it, but we've got a pair of players down, one for Dakota Wesleyan and one for Viterbo. Man down being Maximilian Knoll. For Viterbo, I believe that is Alvaro Paquette Oliveira. Stevens telling his men to march downfield. Dakota Wesleyan getting a free kick. Down to 10 men. Red card in the 76th minute. Still pushing for one goal here. Charlie Ortzler do the throw in. As he flicks it on back to Vincent Wagner. Plays it into the box. It's headed away by a pair of V-Hawks. Now sent back to the far side, asking for the flag. It does not come up. Go to Wesleyan. Plays it in with a low swinger. And it's cleared out. Here in the 80th minute. This one rolls out of bounds. A quick throw in taken by Neil Enos. Ball played forward. On the near side holding it is Ketsuk. Plays it all the way back to Colenio. Tries to get it to the nearest man. That being Larson's out of bounds. See, we're getting a feel for it. I think we're, first game busting the rust off. I hadn't done a soccer game since college, and that was like 3 years ago, so. Yeah. Throw in comes in from the near side by Lewis Cunningham. Ball headed up in the air. Now Viterbo looking to break. pushing up the pitch. Andriy Ketsuk on his right foot feeds it inside, and that one in the back of the net. Sebastian Ortiz gets on the score sheet and puts this one away. 5-0 Viterbo here with 10 minutes to play. A quick build-up for Viterbo. And Sebastian Ortiz nets his first goal of the 2025 season. In his first game as well. So that one essentially puts a bow on this one. Of course, Dakota Wesleyan will try to pull the deficit back within 4, but playing down a man after a red card in the 76th minute. Lucas Adamhuber plays it forward with a little flick trying to get Michael Kelly released. McClenio jumps on it. See what Viterbo can do here. Playing it forward, Aiden Greer. Greer flicks it on back. Now forward it goes off of the foot of Puertas into some open space. Running after it, Ortiz, a goal scorer moments ago. He cuts in. Waits for some numbers. A right-footed shot deflected away and played back. Hustled after it. For the Tigers here on the near side with it is Venus Stani. Stani actually led the team last year with 5 assists among returners this season. Stevens able to play this one forward. Headed back by Puertas. Batted up in the air. Comes back down as it's flicked forward. Here in the 82nd minute. 8 minutes left to play. 5-0 Viterbo. A goal moments ago from Sebastian Ortiz. That has essentially put this one on ice here. It was assisted by Alvaro Paquette Oliveira. His second assist in this one. Dynamite stuff from him. Helps get that first goal in today, and he'll likely get the last one as well. And rolls out of bounds. I think in the build-up, I did not credit it to Paquette Oliveira. So if he goes back and listens to it, I apologize. Exactly. As long as it's on the official stat sheet, I think there's much of a problem. Here in the 83rd minute. That goal coming in the 81st from Sebastian Ortiz. As Viterbo looking for win number 1 of the season. Dakota Wesleyan would fall to 0-3 on their 2025 campaign. And Tanner Hall will make his way on, a junior from Bakersfield, California. Gets a loud applause from the bench. .6:30 local time here in La Crosse. Is electing to hold it up on the far side, slowing it down, trying to play it forward. 1-on-1, shot on net, off the post. Rolls near the corner. And collecting it here is Cunningham. Cunningham plays it to Stani. Hit from behind. Ball rolls out of bounds. Last touch by Viterbo. As once again on that shot, it was Paquette Oliveira once again. Said, I'm done helping guys out. I want to get one for myself. Well, would have been his first goal of the season. Saw that last year, however. Viterbo had multiple games where they scored 10-plus goals. Some of the weaker sides in conference play. Calumet, one stuck on, I think that was 13-0. Run out of space up there. Now pushing forward once again, Viterbo. Cuts back in is Alfaro. Alfaro looking for somebody to dish it off to. Runs into a pair of Tiger defenders. Now they look to break on the other side. Almost a great stop there by Larson. Stani trying to get his man forward. Into a Viterbo body. He reclaims it. Into the box he goes. As this one played out the back, and it'll go for a Dakota Wesleyan corner. Down to 10 men. Tristan Hendricks picking up a yellow and a red consecutively in the 76th minute. It'll be Charlie Orsler to send this one deep. Dakota Wesleyan trying to get one on the board. Off the left foot, it's headed away. Played back to Cunningham. Cunningham trying to cut through some defenders. And now Viterbo with an opportunity to break here. Trying to play it forward. Can't get his man. As Ryan Ford flicks it forward. Now playing over the top. Almost running into Caleno. As the Tiger remains down inside the box. Trainers will march their way out there. You know, you're battling for position, battling for the ball with some big defenders back there. Imagine elbow or something, you know, it gets in there. That is Michael Kelly who's up. Looks like he'll make his way off. You know, because early on in the season, non-conference action, you want to get your guys ready for the conference season where, you know, those games hold a little bit more weight. It's always good to put up a good showing, right? Get 5 goals here for Viterbo at home. Dakota Wesleyan trying to get that ball in the back of the net. As Caleno will collect it in front of. About 3 minutes left to play here from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex. This one pooted out of bounds by Ketsuk. As Lewis Cunningham will throw it in, trying to get it forward. Viterbo able to clear it for the time being. Cunningham tries to send it back in. It's fished out. Here's Adam Huber now. Trying to play it forward to Stani. Till it's booted back out of play. Cunningham to do another throw-in. Dying minute. Trying to get a consolation goal here late. able to clear it. Aiden Greer. Header back forward by Dakota Wesleyan. Still pushing forward here. Colton Douglas. As Reeder tries to play it in till it's cleared out. Minute 39 here in the 88th minute of this contest. Ryan Ford plays it back to Stevens. Is able to knock it down is Paquette Oliveira. Plays it to the far side, leaves it a little bit short, is poked away by Wagner. Dakota Wesleyan able to clear it all the way down far side of the pitch. Ryan Ford gives chase. Caleno. And like I said, we'll get Noe a microphone next time he's up here, and we'll of it being. But you know these guys. You practice with these guys. You hang out with these guys. You'll know them a lot better than I do. So we'll get you a microphone. You know what? I'll give you the headset so you can keep your hands free. I'll do the microphone. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Because it's all about having fun. You having fun? Yeah. First game. You got a win earlier today, and then you got your first broadcasting chops. So with that being said, it's a 5-0 Wesleyan. They're back home on September 2nd against Providence, Montana. And we wish them a safe travel back, too. As for Viterbo, they'll be back here at home on September 7th against Carleton College, a D3 foe, as they'll face the Knights in that one. So that does it here on the V-Hawk Sports Network. I'm Krivlewski saying good night, so long, and we hope to see you again here sometime soon on the V-Hawk Sports Network.